Yay, Norman saying
Yay, live!
hi. Good morning. So I'm going to give everyone a little bit to jump on, get some coffee, get a notepad, because this week, this month, this entire month, we're talking about the dream, the big one, right? The one that we use to follow as our North Star for all the things that we want to create. So I'm going to turn off Facebook here, make sure that we are live. And now, yes, I can feel safe to talk. All the back end stuff is working. So I know it takes us a little while for people to jump on. It's 8:01, so everyone should be on and ready to share and talk. And as I said, you can see I got this handsome guy all the way from Germany this morning joining us. What time is it in Germany? What time is it? It's in the afternoon.
We have 1 minute past 2 in the afternoon.
Oh, wow.
A lovely sunny day, Pentecost Monday. So, yeah, I'm happy to be here with you.
All right, everyone. So this is Norman, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about him in a bit, but I want to give you kind of the backstory, because if you know anything about me, there's always a story, right? So for those of you that are joining us and you probably just see this in your feed, you've never seen, met, heard of me or Norman before, I'm going to tell you a little bit first about me and then give Norman a chance to talk about himself. So I am really passionate about helping entrepreneurs, guiding them, because that word help is a little disempowering sometimes. So I like to guide entrepreneurs to show them how to monetize their dreams and create profitable businesses. And for this entire month, I thought I'm going to focus on that part, the dream, how to materialize it. And last week, I had my daughter on talking from an 18-year-old's perspective. And before that, I had my accountability partner on, because being accountable to your dreams is huge, right? So a month or so ago, Norman and I we were both at this incredible event. We're both members of an organization called Brand Builders Club. It's an international organization that we are proud members of. We love that. Yeah. Shout out to Sammy. And so we are members, and we were both speakers. One quick second. I just want to make sure that everything's, when the phone goes off during a Facebook Live, it's like, oh, what's going on? So a month ago, Norman and I were both speakers at one of these brand builder days. And those of you that have come to know me very well, I'm all about sharing all the tips and tricks and tools that I use to materialize my own dreams and to teach my clients to do the same. So I went up and I gave my speech, and I was like crushing it, really proud of myself, doing really great, talking about one of the things that I use, which is I create a business manifested board. In fact, Exhibit A in my office, every day I walk in, and there is my manifested board. And people are usually like in total awe of that. Like, wow, they've never done a business board specifically for their business, or, the vision board is very popular, but a manifested board is a whole other ball game, right? And I'll talk about that at some other point. So people are usually in awe of that concept. And then when it comes to talking about my big vision, like the one, if you ever hear me describe it, I know people on Facebook, whenever I do it, I go in such level of detail that people end up crying for me. Like, they're so involved in my vision, and it's so real to them that it's as if their dreams came true too, right? So I'm so clear and passionate about it that I'm thinking I'm like at a 10 out of 10 when it comes to this stuff. So I'm feeling pretty good at this event. And then Norman goes up next, and he starts talking, and I'm sitting like, wait a minute, there's something else I haven't done. And this dude is up there. First of all, we're all screaming at the top of our lungs, dancing our heinies off. We're all in like the highest energy. And I walked away that day realizing, as much as I have believed that I'm a 10 out of 10 in commitment to my vision and materializing it, there's this one other thing that I had never thought about doing. And Norman brought it, like to my awareness. And so I was instantly like excited. I'm going to have to bring this to my people. I'm going to have to share this with them, because you all know by now that's my commitment, right? I am 100% committed to every single person that come in contact with me through Facebook Live, being a client, being in our tribe, whatever it may be, just showing you everything that I know about materializing the dream, because we all live in bliss when we're living our dreams, right? So if there's something I know, I want to bring it to you. Now, what was amazing is that I could bring Norman to you. I could bring it straight from the horse's mouth for all of you. And so I quickly reached out to him and we connected. I asked if he would jump on here on a Monday and just kind of give you his high energy vibration self and share and share with you this one thing that, like I said, I've been missing all along. And now it's like to the stratosphere with my dreams, having met Norman. So Norman, I'm going to give you a chance to tell everyone a little bit about yourself, but I want those of you watching to know that we're going to kind of take you down the path with these three things. I asked Norman if he could share from his perspective the importance of having a dream, because so many people that I meet and start coaching, like that's one very, very first step is we have to know what the dream is, right? So I'm going to ask Norman to share. I talk about it enough. I'm going to ask him to share about that, and also then what is the one thing. And the third thing is about the energy that we just need to have. If you are truly committed to materializing this dream, like what is it that you need to have energetically going on every day? So Norman, take it, my friend.
Thank you very much for the introduction, Tasha. It's great to be here with everybody on this lovely Monday morning or afternoon for some of us, or wherever you are in the world. And I'm so happy to share some wisdom that I've learned on the way. As you already touched, Tasha, I'm a global inspirator. I help people to really build a legacy. People that say, it cannot stop with me. There's more. We have more to give, because if you give more, there's more to get. That's more or less your part, Tasha. So let's jump right into it. We have a lovely crowd waiting, so why let them wait? Why dream was the first question. I always tell people, imagine you arrive at the airport and you take a cab or a taxi at the airport and say, taxi. And the taxi arrives and you get on the back seat and the driver turns around and says, good morning. So where do you want to go? And you say, I would say you just go. So the taxi driver might look a little bit confused, say, what do you mean just go? Go where? North, south, west, east? Into the city, outside of the city, somewhere else? I don't know. Just go. He says, sir, that's not how it works. You need to tell me where you want to go. And then most people say, it doesn't matter because I have money. And the taxi driver says, well, okay, if you have the money, let's just go. So the taxi driver goes and drives you around, and after a couple of minutes you look outside and you look out of the window and you realize, that's not the place I want to be. So you yell at him. You say, stop! Where are we here? I don't want to go to Orlando. Why did you bring me to Orlando? And he said, you did not tell me where you want to go. So where should we go? I said, I don't know, but Orlando, that's not it. Okay, so he takes a different route and drives further and further. And after a while, you look out and say, Fort Lauderdale, this thing I don't really like. So you yell at him again and say, I don't want to go to Fort Lauderdale. And he stops again and says, sir, I'm really sorry. Where do you want to go? You did not tell me. So I just drive around. I don't know, but I still have the money. I says, okay, we go from there. Same thing happens over and over again. So we could continue all day long with the same story. And I think you get the point. It's quite ridiculous to get into a taxi and not telling the driver where you want to end up. This would just make no sense, right? But honestly, over 95% of all the people around the world, they don't have a goal in life. They might have a goal in their business because their boss tells them, our goal for this year is whatever. But for your private life, no goal at all. And this would basically mean you get into a taxi every day. Somebody else drives you around. So you're not even in the driver's seat. You're on the co-pilot's or driver's seat or even on the back seat. So you do not even have control of the radio. You have no control at all on the back seat. Nothing happens. You can scream and yell, but at the end, you're in the hands of the driver, wherever he wants to drive. And this is what happens with so many people after many years, that they realize, I did not drive my own car. I was just sitting on the back seat all the time.
Wow.
So my friends, it's so important to have a goal, to know where do you want to end up. Otherwise, you will end up everywhere, but not where you want to go. So the taxi story. Always keep the taxi in mind.
Wow. Oh my God, Norman, my stomach, because I can really feel it for the people. When you use the analogy of being in the back seat, like I'm in goosebumps on my stomach, because I can feel that, like to live an entire life in the back seat of your life. Mm-hmm. Like somebody else is driving the car, somebody else is deciding. You're getting frustrated at life and your results in life over and over and over and over, and yelling and screaming, and it's not fair and I can't get it, all because you just don't know where you want to go.
Yes.
Not because life is unfair or difficult or anything else that we make up in our minds about why we're not getting to where we want to be. No other reason other than we're not clear about the destination. Wow.
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely. It's not the driver's fault. It's not the people that are in traffic and they are blocking your way. It's not their fault. It has nothing to do with them. It has to do with one person and one person only. And that's the person you face every morning while looking into the mirror.
Yeah.
And that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Nobody to blame, because the thing with blaming, usually the people take their index finger and they blame the boss, the neighbor, the partner, whoever. But the thing is, whenever you take your blame finger up and out, people tend to forget that 3 fingers are still pointing at themselves. Yeah. So the solution is not out there, it's the other way. It's inside.
Yeah. Inside. I love it. All right, so they've been waiting for the one thing.
the one secret.
One thing. So, just imagine everyone on here is at the point where they've done personal development, they've done the work, and we're just going to make that assumption because we don't have a lot of time. And we're going to say they've done a vision board, they journal about their destination, right? Where they want to end up. They are visualizing it and putting energy into it every day, and all the other things that we learn to do, right? Mm-hmm. But something feels missing, or it doesn't feel like it has the momentum. Like there's no evidence that, like this is really happening here. And when I heard you share that one other step that you took it to, I was like, whoa, I've been playing small. So why don't you share with everyone the one next thing we all have to do?
Absolutely. I'm happy to share that. It's basically the last step. And so many people do all the steps before, like you said, personal development, bookshelves full of information, what I call shelf development. You develop your shelf, but not yourself.
And it's so good.
You never heard about that shelf development? Oh my God. It's I have a new program, and it's all based about why books and sometimes online stuff does not really work, because if you just watch a video that's not live, the lack of emotion is missing. And of course that's not the missing step, but the missing step is really going the full way in. So let me explain you what I did. After I gave my second talk in front of my colleagues, so very small internal group, and I was still employed, I had no idea in becoming a keynote speaker and globally known and stuff like that. I was, I think in Hamburg in Germany, I sat down and I did a program by Anthony Robbins. And one of the questions was, so what's your goal in 1, in 5, in 10, in 15, in 20 years? You've all have done that, I think. So I wrote down my things, and I realized, I have I've given 2 talks by now, and I would love to give a talk just in front of a bigger audience, because the topic I was speaking about was goal achievement. So how to achieve your goals better and what stops us. So I figured if I should have a goal and I want to speak in front of people, it's not enough to just speak about goal achievement, because if I don't have a goal myself, a big goal, it makes no sense. So far, so good. You're all with me. You all say, oh, check, 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 have all of that. So I decided in 2014 that in 6 years from that day, in 2020, I will fill up a venue. So I thought about it, and like you came up with the American Airlines Arena, I came up with a venue called the Porsche Arena, like the Porsche you can drive. And it's about an hour from our house in the south in Stuttgart, Germany, and it fits around about 6,000 people. Still, bear with me, I was employed. I had no intention becoming a speaker or whatsoever. So I just had this vision. That's something I want to do. So I had to pick a date, of course, because the thing that differentiates a dream from a wish is a date. I know some trainers say, no, don't put a date on it, because it will limit the universe to a certain date. I'm not sure about that, because if you want a crystal clear focus, you should have a date. Otherwise, it's, at one point, I would like to have a big house. What's one point? In 80 years or for 1 year and 5 years? So I thought about the venue, and I thought the 24th of March, 2020 is a decent date because it's my birthday. That was the only date I could come up with. Like, should I do it on a weekend, in the week, in summer, in winter, in spring? And I had no idea 6 years in advance. So I did all of that. I wrote that down. And I decided, speaking about goal achievement, it makes no sense to just have it on a piece of paper. So I called the venue. And I said, hello, I would like to rent and to book your venue for the 24th of March, 2020.
Birds
silence on the phone. Say, excuse me, when? I said, 24th of March, 2020. Okay. We have never had something like that, like 6 years in advance. We have to think about that. You have enough time to think about it, 6 years. So the secret to make things work is not just talk and plan and put it on your wall, like on the vision board, or like you said, the manifestation board, Tasha. It's taking the last step. So the thing I did is I booked the venue 6 years in advance. And of course, this gave the whole idea such a twist that it must work. So within the first 3 years, we sold over 700 tickets. Like, people gave me money, sometimes 5 years in advance, 6 years in advance. They had no clue where they will be in 5 years. And they had no clue still of today what they will do. The good thing is I know what I will do. I will be in Stuttgart at the Porsche Arena on the 24th of March, 2020. So whatever you plan and think about, you need to take action. Do this one more step to prove either to yourself or to the world that you are really keen on doing it. So it's not just on a piece of paper and you can tear it off and say, I don't like the idea anymore. It's very important, and it can help you in both ways. And that's one of my main topics, your motivational autopilots. So we're driven by over 60 internal motivational autopilots, and they came with the package. So it's nothing that you got from your parents and the teachers. They came with your basic delivery. And if you don't know them, it's very tough how you motivate yourself to really stay on track. And the thing I realized, as I'm more driven away from a pain, even if it sounds like I'm driven towards a goal, I am rather a person that's pushed away from a pain. That's something I even realized with a big vision like that, because my intention was I wanted to prove the whole world that you can achieve a goal. if you have the right time, if you have the right mindset, if you have the right mentors, the right friends, the right network, then you can achieve everything. So the only reason I did it is to prove to you that whatever Tasha is telling you, what I'm telling you, what the other people are telling you is true. And it's not just because we read many books, it's how can we prove to the world that whatever we say is true. And
Absolutely.
my vision and mission 2020 is one step, to help you globally to become inspirators yourself, and of course, to leave a lasting footprint on this earth.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh. I love that. So I got challenged. Like, yeah, you keep talking about this American Airlines arena. Like, that's nice, Tasha, to talk about it and get people to cry, but it's time to sell tickets. So here we go. That's next. And I have my link to get Norman's ticket because I'll be in Germany March 24th, 2020, because that's going to be the best story ever to tell. Oh my gosh, I love it. So
it is. And speaking about,
I want to just encapsulate that for everyone, because I think the people that watch on Mondays, I mean, you wake up on Monday morning on the East Coast at 8 o'clock to get on a Facebook Live about this stuff. You are committed, like you want to live your dreams, you know? And so I want to just reiterate what you just said. And I want everyone watching to just think of, for you, like, what is the next step in? Like, what is think about the big dream, and only you can answer that for yourself, right? So for Norman, it was to book the arena and start selling tickets. And that's the same for me, and which is why I just loved it. We resonated so well, but it is not necessarily the thing for you. But what is the thing for you? What is the thing that makes that dream like you can do? Is it to register your trademark? Is it to incorporate your business? Is it to, I don't know what it is for you. Do that retreat you've been dreaming of doing. Whatever it might be, set a date, like take inspired action that says, I'm committed to this. Like, I understand it's not about me and my effort only making this materialize, but through my commitment, the universe responds. Friends respond, right? Like, I'm all about supporting his mission because he shared that with me. So now here I am telling all of you to come with me to Germany to go see Norman, right? So friends respond. You have no idea the things that will come together in support of your dream if you just lean in and take that next big step. So this Monday morning, I am challenging everyone watching, like, what is your dream, and what is the thing what is that next thing that you can do, leaning in to materialize it. And so Norman shared one other thing that day that just totally blew my mind. I mean, it's the stuff I teach, but when you hear it from another angle, another way, another person, this is why we stay in this energy, right? Because I just keep being inspired by other people saying it a different way. And so he took us through this exercise. I don't think we have time. Ooh, we're at 8:23 already. I don't think we have time, but if you can just talk about the importance of, the outcome of that exercise, right? And how it plays into materializing our dreams.
Yeah. The biggest motivational aspect, I touched it earlier, and Tasha shows it very well. She's very inspired and motivated to share her gift with all of you, is the emotional part. Because in this little exercise, it's about, just imagine you're going to a concert and you're having the first part of the concert and you don't really like it. And you say, I was waiting for the hits, but they did not play the hits yet. Of course, just a new CD. So instead of giving them 100% applause, where you cheer and whistle and scream and jump and do whatever, you just give them 60% of your applause. And after that, you just close your eyes and you go within and you realize, nothing happened, nothing changed within your body. It's like you have done nothing. So imagine the second part of the concert, you give 90% of applause. The hits are still missing. It was a little better. Still, you're waiting for the hits. So you give 90% applause. You again close your eyes, you look within, and you realize, the hands are a little bit more warm than before, but it's more or less it. And just imagine there was the encore. And in the encore, they played all the hits you were waiting for. So you're so totally positively out of your mind that you say, I will not give 60, no 90, and no 100%, but 120%. And that's my big challenge with all the audiences around the world, where you can look in the eyes and say, wow, what do you mean 120%? Should I jump around or what? And my challenge is to get them there, because after they have done it, they realize, some are sweating, they're all smiling, the pulse is up, the blood pressure's up, the hands are glowing. Sometimes they have a voice like that because they scream like crazy. Yeah, whatever happens. And the thing is, if you close your eyes after giving 120%, go out of your comfort zone just a little bit, do things that you have not done before. This makes all the difference in the world, that you realize, now something happened in my body, and it happened to me, and it happened to the whole room. And my idea is to tell and show the people with that if you give 60 or 90% in your life and you say, hey, I'm a great guy, 90% at work, woohoo, you make no difference, not for yourself and not for others. So use everything that you can do. I found in my office this little smiley from McDonald's. So McDonald's is good for something. They used to have those smileys. The kids left it here. So whatever helps you to stay happy, to stay focused. I have an app. It's called the Laugh app. It's a different name, but it's just about people laughing. So if you need motivators, inspirators, mentors that give you a good atmosphere, a good mood, laughs, that's all it takes. If you have, and you touched that, Tasha, if you have the wrong people around you, this is the worst thing in the world. So totally energy killers. You go into your regular surrounding and the whole energy being sucked away. And no, just stick with the positive people and say, I will learn something more each and every day. I will go over my comfort zone emotionally. And like Tasha says as well, if you already can feel what you want to have from the universe, that's it. Your thought sends out the order, and your emotion will bring the order into life. So it's all about your emotion. So whatever you do that has the wrong emotion, don't do it.
Yeah, and if you have a dream that doesn't get you to feel 120% emotionally, and that's what happens when I share mine. Like, I get so into it, I pull everybody else in emotionally, right? Because I get to that 120%. So it really is like looking at yourselves and going, well, my dream is, it's kind of cool, but when I think about it, I'm really at like 60%, not much is going to happen, right? So I love that. Oh my God, Norman, thank you.
You're more than welcome. Yoo-hoo!
So it doesn't stop there, because Norman and his amazing self has got, well, did you want to do your screen? I'm not sure if you had planned on showing.
I can do that.
So while you're getting that set up, in the description to this video is a link to Norman's website where he's giving away, I'll let him tell you about it. It's really cool. And it's 3 with a bonus step about how to get started with getting all this going. So Norman's going to share. I love it.
Yes. Just share my screen with you. I hope you can see it, as I cannot see it on my screen. But this is
I can see it. Yes, we can see it.
This is the background of my laptop. And it says Norman Graeter, obviously. Zielerreichung beginnt im Kopf. The German title of it, Goal Achievement Begins in Your Head. Live with a classical orchestra. Why a classical orchestra? It's about the emotion we just spoke about. I use music to trigger my emotions. If music helps you, if being outside with the dog helps you, if running, sports helps you, just use whatever helps you to get into a better mood. And for me, it's music. Like, take the music away from a movie, the movie is totally boring. Therefore, in my speeches, you will have a lot of music. On 24th of March 2020 in the Porsche Arena in Stuttgart. So whenever I open my laptop, I'm reminded what's my goal. And this is going back to the first part. Why should I have a goal? It's always this vision, because there's one question you should ask yourself with whatever you do. And it's called, will it make my boat go faster? Will the thing I do make my boat go faster to where I want to end up? And this helps me. Like I have this in the bedroom. I have this actually in the bathroom, on the toilet. You have this I have this picture everywhere. Why? Because I get constantly reminded to say, is this what I'm doing right now? Focused on bringing on the 24th of March 2020 a lot of inspiration to the people or not? And if it's not related to that, I stop doing it. So as that every time, put the pictures up in your office, on your screen, on your phone, everywhere, that you get constantly reminded. And to get constantly reminded, I have a small treat. I want to invite you to sign up for a 3-step program. It's the OMG program, like OMG. If I would have known before. In the first video, I speak about cause versus symptom, because very often people jump onto the cause, like jump onto the driver. It's the other people, it's the surrounding, it's my job. Don't jump on the symptom. Jump on the cause and find out the cause and really find out how to stop unwanted behaviors also from the past. That's all in here. Second video is, of course, how can we focus better with pictures like that? What's stopping us? And the third one is about how to visualize in the right way, like how I do it. And of course, there's a fourth bonus video, the main key for a better future. And this will actually lead you how you can change your emotions and how you can find out the emotional triggers and autopilots that you have. This will be then further on, but jump in with those 3 videos and I'd be happy to see all of you live on March 24th, 2020 in Germany. And
Yes!
if you ask, will he do it?
Can you do anything about the weather though? That's going to be cold.
In March, it depends. Like Florida is great. Germany in March, yeah, you should pack a sweater, probably. But we will blow the roof off in the venue. It's my birthday, the 43rd birthday, so it will be quite hot. And I did not decide if I do it in English and get it translated, or if I do it in German and get it translated. Either way, it depends. So if you lovely people all show up and you are more than the Germans, it will be done totally in English. And the Germans have to get the translation. All in your hands. Stay flexible.
All in our hands. All right, so find Norman. His name should be in the description for this video. Like him, follow him, get your tickets too. And definitely use the link to sign up for his free offer, because like I said, the reason I got him all the way from Germany to get on here this morning is my commitment to you to share everything that I'm coming across that's taking the manifestation of my own dreams to the next level. I want you all to have it. I want you all to be doing it too, right? So Norman's been so generous to offer this 3-step process. Go ahead and get registered and sign up. And you know, with technology, weird things happen. So if you can't find it, just put a comment below and I'll make sure, and Norman will make sure to send all of you the link. Mwah! Go have an amazing Monday.
Yes, and if you're an action taker, you can hop on Be Yourself Academy, in one word, beyourselfacademy.com, and find it right away, because you just start your day on Monday morning. So probably you just want to jump into the movies and the videos right now.
Awesome. Beyourself.com. Right?
Beyourselfacademy.com.
Beyourselfacademy.com. You can find it there too, or using the link. All right, guys, go have a great Monday. Really spend just a few minutes is all it takes just to ask yourself. And even if you don't have the answer immediately, just by asking yourself the question, what is the thing? What is the thing? Like Norman's book the day, Tasha's going to start selling tickets and book in the arena. Like, what's the thing for me that makes me commit at the highest level, that one last step towards materializing your dreams? Mwah! I love you guys. Bye, Norman. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye. Thanks, Tasha.
Great.